What's up, guys? I hope you guys are doing blessed. Here for another video, obviously. So today's video is just going to talk about managing money, and I know managing money is very, very difficult, especially if you have no education, because I know the school curriculum right now is so horrible. We know nothing about money. I don't know how to do my taxes after I finish school. I don't know what debt is after school. I don't even know how to buy a house, anything like the sort. And I understand how people don't know enough about their finances and how to manage money. So I'm here today to tell you a little 1-2 tip about managing your money better and understanding money better, just like Elon Musk. So before I start this video, I just want to say if you guys find any help or if this video opens your mind to anything else that goes on in your life, then please leave a like, smash it, punch it. It goes a long way for the algorithm. I've been noticing some people have been viewing my videos and haven't been doing that, and it doesn't push out the videos as much as it does. So if you guys can subscribe and like the video before I get started, it would go a long way. I appreciate it. Or you can choose for this cat to go bald if you don't do that. So it's your choice, this cat to go bald, or just hit the like button and the subscribe button and then go along with your day. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to talk about in this video was, what is a liability? Well, if you guys don't know what the video is about yet, it's about liability versus assets and what the difference is. There's a huge difference between them both. What a liability is normally the poor people don't understand what a liability is. They might think what a liability is, but they don't actually know what a liability is. A liability is something, if I buy this computer and I keep it for 5 years, that's a liability because I'm going to lose value over time. Technology is going to adapt and innovate, and there's going to be a new computer out in 5 years that's a much better computer, right? So me buying this as a consumer, I have to understand that this computer is a liability because I'm going to lose money in the future. Like, it goes down in value because there's better computers out there. More examples of liabilities is like my home, is my car, is this computer. I'm going to get more on how those are assets and liabilities further on in the video, but I'm just using an example for right now. And it's not only things that you buy, it's also like bad debt, it's also bank loans, mortgages, things like that. So if you have debt in the bank, that's also a liability. You don't want to have those because it brings away from opportunity. But I did list how a home is a liability, I did list how a car and a computer and other things are liabilities, but don't get mistaken because those can also be used as assets. It's really up to the consumer on how they use that product. I believe if you first bought an iPhone or an iPod and it was sealed, that iPod is now worth thousands of dollars, right? But if you use that iPod and you damaged it, you threw it across the room and it cracked, it's not worth much anymore, right? But if you kept it sealed as a collector's item, it would go up in value, and that's considered an asset, right? So anything in the world could be considered an asset. So don't think about that I'm trying to tell you that your home is not an asset or your car is not an asset. It's just, it depends on how the consumer uses the product or uses the business or whatever it is. It's up to the consumer to consider if something is an asset or a liability. So you might be asking yourself, okay, so why do I need to avoid a liability? You want to avoid liability, which is bad debt and homes and computers that are used for a liability, because it takes away from future opportunity. So I mean future opportunity as in stocks. I mean in investing in a home. I think you need to avoid liabilities because you paying down your mortgage, you paying down your line of credit, you paying down your car payments is taking away from future opportunity. You're going to your job, you're 9 to 5, and you're making income, right? And then before you can buy things, you have to pay down your mortgage, you have to pay down your line of credit. Just doing that, it takes away money from potential opportunity in the future, right? If I find Apple stock selling for $10, but if I have to pay down my line of credit, I have to pay down my mortgage and my car payment, I only have $100 left. I can't put much money into Apple stock when it's a good deal right now. You see what I'm trying to say? So like the more liabilities that you have to pay for, especially if you have like debt that you have to pay for every single month and it's reoccurring, it's going to take away from opportunity that could make you more money in the future. So the more liabilities you have, potentially the less richer you can get in the future, as long as you take advantage of the opportunity that you see right then and there. Liabilities will always suck money out of you, and assets will always generate some sort of money for you. So you always want to have more assets than liabilities. Okay, so now you might be asking, okay, well, he said a home and a car is a liability, but how are they liabilities? Let me tell you how. Let me use the homes for example, right? If I buy a home for myself, I'm living in the home and I'm paying down a mortgage and I have to work a job in order to keep that home, right? If I don't have no job, I can't afford this home, which is a liability because I'm putting money into something that is not doing me anything but keeping shelter. Yes, it'll go up in value over time. It only goes up with inflation, right? So you're like, yes, you're getting more equity in the future, but you're not really getting any cash flow is what I'm saying. Other than if I buy a home and I live in a slump, but I have a home that's making me cash flow. If I have a tenant paying me, let's say $1,000 a month, but my mortgage is only $500 a month, I'm getting $500 every single month from cash flow. That is a real asset, not something that you're paying to live in and you're not getting anything back from it. Someone's paying down your home and you're getting cash flow on top of that. You reinvest that money. So you save that money every year, and then you buy another home that compounds and it compounds and it compounds. That is what I mean, assets and liabilities. An asset makes you cash flow. It has some sort of cash flow coming in every single month, week, whatever it is. And a liability is you paying for something, but you don't get anything back in return. If you're asking yourself why we need assets, right? Think about it. Have you ever seen a rich person work a 9-to-5 job? Even if they make $100,000 a year, right? To me, that's not rich, right? That's a middle class person, especially nowadays with inflation going crazy and stuff like that. To me, every person who is mega successful, let's say Jeff Bezos for example, okay? Jeff Bezos made Amazon. He created a cash flow machine. He owns Amazon, well he was, but he owned Amazon and Amazon created a cash flow business. He owned Amazon, so he had to do that. Warren Buffett, he has Berkshire Hathaway, yes, but he owns a lot of other companies. He owns Apple stock, he owns oil stocks, he owns stocks to make himself rich, right? Every person who has a high net worth, they need to own something. If you don't own anything, then in most cases you're not going to be a high net worth individual, right? If you work a 9-to-5, you're trading time to make money. You need passive income in order to be rich. Assets are passive income. Assets are cash flow machines. You need to own something that generates money, like a money tree, in order to become successful. A lot of people say there is no money tree, but there's plenty of money trees. If you go in the stock market, you buy a stock, you buy a company that's a generating asset, that's something that's going to generate you money over time. They pay a dividend and every 3 months you get some sort of cash flow, right? That's a money tree. What I'm trying to say is the money tree, it makes you income every single month, every single week, every single whatever. It's a money tree. It makes you money every single month from doing nothing. It makes the money work for you. An asset makes the money work for you. A liability, you have to pay to have that item, to upkeep the item, like things like that. Like a car, you have to pay for brakes, to pay for oil changes. That's a liability because you're paying for all the maintenance and it's not going to get you a return in the future. An asset is something that makes you a return in the future and produces you cash flow. So I just wanted to make this video short and sweet so it's easy for me to edit and it's easy for you guys to hopefully understand. I hope I was very clear on what a liability versus an asset is. I hope you guys know what it is. Investing in the stock market, I want to buy more assets than liabilities. I do have liabilities. I'm not saying you don't buy a house and you don't buy a car in order to live life. You do have to have some sort of liabilities to live life, but maintain how many liabilities you have and have more assets than liabilities is what I am trying to say, and that's what I am doing currently. This is how I think I'm going to be rich, from owning more assets and liabilities. So, hope you guys take advantage of the opportunity that you see out there. Look for opportunity, learn about opportunity. If you want to know about more opportunity that you may see in the future and for yourself to get rich, please subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way. Please like the video. I mean, smash the like button. It goes a long way. I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.